What's going on here, Jesse?
So we are out here at a very interesting property, a filing of 6 lots that are on a lake to our south. And HomeWrights has been doing a lot in terms of getting these projects developed through permit and ultimately building them. Where we were just standing, we have the folks that just moved in like about 2 months ago, finished their home. We have a house under construction, as you can see here and here in the background. And then we have a custom home that's done down here. That was a general contracting turnkey service we offered.
Sure.
And they've been living in that house for a better part of the year.
And so let's focus on this big monster right here. This looks like it's quite the beautiful place. Tell me about it.
It is. So this is an 11,000 square foot home. And it is a multi-generational home, meaning that the grandparents are going to live in one wing and mom and dad over on the other wing with the 6 children dispersed about in this beautiful custom home. A lot of detail here. It's going to be a very playful, entertaining home with a pool in the back and some nice features, sitting areas, and of course the lake. So kind of hard to beat. Pretty special spot. The framer's on site right now doing a lot of work on some additional framing needed to be done, some steel work, welders on site. This house is going to have so many different details to it, so we have a lot of prep work that we're doing alongside with the normal framing and etc. So the client and I are working as an owner-builder relationship. This is an owner-builder who has this dream to build this amazing house for his family.
And is he a contractor by trade?
He's not.
So
No,
he
he's
has no
a
experience in
restaurateur. Owns 3 restaurants locally here. And he's just trying to find time between and make it part of his routine. Take our advice in terms of what to use for scheduling, who to use for subs, and when to think about all these things ahead of time to get it right.
And so he's probably really good with managing details if he was successful in the restaurant business.
Yes. Very forward-thinking individual, someone who does good job at planning and communication, thinking about things early and then getting all the details right. So we've worked well together. I think it's been a good combination. A very complex house, but still being done by an owner builder who has the guidance from someone like me and the rest of the HomeWrights team to get it just right.
And so summarize then, what does it mean responsibility-wise for someone to take on a project this size with no construction experience?
I think it's about managing a calendar and a checkbook, knowing that you're going to have to play that role in terms of paying the invoices and whatever financing you have to figure out in terms of that. And then the ongoing, communication with subs and suppliers. Just using the systems that we have in place to help you succeed.
And so what are some of those systems that you have in place?
Well, we have filing system. We're using aligned ourselves with Builder, and so we're able to have schedule, cost estimate, all of the documents for contracts, all the bid filing, and just keeping organized all in one place. That also allows us to keep daily logs, activities, and to-do lists, just so no one has a lost moment where we don't want someone to feel like they don't know what to do next. So we have a lot of site visits that we build into the program, and we're just on call at any point in the day throughout the week, just so that we're staying tuned into everything. And with that system we're using, that software allows us to monitor things and know that we've checked a box knowing an item is complete, or there's more to be done before we get to that item. So again, there's nothing better than working through all that on the phone or through emails and just keeping record, everything in place and organized.
Talk about an amazing location, Jesse.
I know, isn't it gorgeous? Yeah. And that is part of the appeal of our owner builder program is our clients get to build exactly what they want, where they want, and they're able to pack some of the savings of the fees that they would have paid to a general contractor into the build. A lot of our clients end up doing that, and they spoil themselves with some nicer cabinets or flooring and lighting choices and things like that. So that kind of helps the whole situation when it comes to all these big dollar items that we end up with.
Or in this case, you can add a swimming pool.
And exactly, this gives us the chance to add a swimming pool here. Off to the left, we've got some excavation. You can see there will be a slab that comes off of the main level here of the basement level, and that is going to be an eventual fitness room. So we have this beautiful connection between the fitness side and then the relaxation side. So they're going to put in a mod pool, which is a container pool with a plexiglass front that looks out to the lake on this south side. It's going to be surrounded by stairs that come down to an eventual sitting area. It's going to be all this connected kind of back and forth with pathway to the lake. So it's going to be quite a spectacular situation back here.
And so what are the challenges typically that happen with a home this size and this level of quality and being an owner-builder situation?
Yeah, they're vast, I think, but there are a lot of things that we're probably seeing in different ways on other projects. This complexity, though, is so much more in like the steel and logistics of getting things around. So we have to do things in a certain order of operation so that we don't hem ourselves in too far on a certain location on the property. Though it is 2/3 of an acre, we're building a big structure here. So we have a lot of that on-site management that just comes with the territory, as you kind of mentioned. And it does have a lot to do with where the crane sets up and where a pump truck sets up for, shooting concrete into these areas. We're going to put retaining walls and things. So having guys out walking the site with our subs, that's the brilliant part of it for me. I love the team mentality. And so we can pull everybody together right here, plans in hand, work through all the details, lay out the tape, and figure it all out.
So even though you've got the plan on paper, it might be helpful to come and walk the property
is.
because where that crane is going to drive in and sit might vary, might be a little bit different than what it looks like on paper.
That's right. And I think the more I do this, the more I notice people sometimes lack the understanding of what it looks like in 3D from what it is on the page.
Yeah.
And so it's always fun to be able to come out here and we can really visualize, start to run some representation even with a block of wood to show this is going to be a corner, something like that to help represent where we are and what it means now for the rest of it. So that helps a lot with all those complexities and details. And again, just bringing all that team together to get it just right.
Excellent.
Okay, so what we have here is a bioretention pond that is being finished out by our landscapers. The same will occur on this property because we are very much sensitive to the fact that that water needs to be protected. And so we've had a civil engineer come in and design all of the grading and this retention pond to catch the water, direct it all to one place, filter it through some sand medium and into a pipe that will allow it to discharge clean into this water so it doesn't deposit unwanted materials into the pond.
So most people, when we think about building a custom home, we think, well, you're building a home. It's about roofing and framing and whatever, but landscaping and water
right. There is
protection
sometimes,
is important.
sometimes the way stormwater affects a property and comes around, it ends up being something that we really have to get critical about the details.
Sure.
And find the right people to do that work, understand those plans to the letter, because the surveyor will come out and check that and present documents to show that we did get it right.
And most consumers would have no idea where to begin with these things.
That's right.
And
Just
even though this guy's going to save a few $100,000, one little screw up by doing that wrong, if he did it on his own, would be a serious problem.
The unwinding of such a thing would be really horrible because you'd have to pull out sod in this case or undo some things if you go too far. So knowing how to interpret all the details on that plan and what they mean, again, who's going to do that for you, that's where we help our clients just get it into the part where they know confidence and they feel like they can get it the correct way.
I see a lot of iron beams around here. Let's take a look inside.
Yeah. So we have a lot of iron steel beams. Wide flange beams are going in today. Framers are active with this. These are part of some of the additions that we needed for the framing. And luckily the clients are really in love with this kind of industrial sort of mix with some other things they're going to do with some really nice wood.
So these will be exposed beams?
These will be exposed, yeah.
Cool.
And the thought here is that we'll leave them in the patina kind of realm and seal them with a wax after we clean them and sort of preserve that rusted kind of look, something unique and kind of special for the house. So remember what I said about this being a multi-generational home. This is where their dreams reside. This is where their life is poured into. So it's a legacy project for them, something that's going to last, and probably one of the children one day will occupy this with their children. And so it really is such a special thing for our owner builders to have that connectivity to it and that real control of everything. So of course people love to save money, but all the creativity and passion and the life and dreams of this family are what this is really all about.